So this is from that second section on the Google form. And just going through the Google form, I saw a couple of variations of answers. I saw infinite solutions and I saw no solutions. So I just want to run through this and kind of show, I guess, what the correct response would be. So it's going to say solve the system of equations using elimination. And we're familiar with elimination. We know we can add or subtract our equations together to eliminate a variable, and preferably we want to add when possible. Now in this case, we'll just go through and we'll kind of look at our variables. So we have our x variables here, those terms. We have 7x and negative 7x. And I'm saying those are opposites, positive 7x and negative 7x. So I know I can add my equations together to eliminate those x variables. So I'm going to add my equations together. 7x plus a negative 7x gives us 0. And then we have to add each set of terms. So then we have that negative 5y plus 5y. Notice that also cancels out and gives us, well, we'll write it as plus 0 equals 10 plus 10 is 20. So when we added our equations together, we ended up with 0 equals 20. Now this is a special case. Our variables, both x and y, canceled out, and we're left with a false statement. Now, it is important to note it's a false statement, and remember, if both your variables cancel out and it's a false statement, your answer would be no solutions. Now, if you're saying when would it be infinite solutions? Well, it'd be infinite solutions if our variables canceled out, x and y, and we were left with a true statement, something like 20 equals 20. In a case like that, both variables canceled out, it's a true statement. That would be infinite solutions. Okay, so once again though, in a problem like this, we're left with no solutions because it's a false statement and our variable canceled out. So in this last problem on the Google form, we're asked to solve the system of equations using elimination. So once again, we want to eliminate one of our variables in order to solve for the other. Now if we go through our two equations, well, we have 2x plus 3y equals 15, and we have x minus 3y equals 3. If I add or subtract my equations right off the bat, I can't eliminate my x variable. However, notice we have a plus 3y and a minus 3y. Those are opposites, meaning if I add my equations together, I'm going to be able to eliminate that y variable. There are different variations. I mean, you could multiply by 2 or negative 2, that second equation, to eliminate x, but oftentimes you want to go with the easiest method, and in this case, adding to eliminate that y variable would probably be the easiest and most efficient method. So we'll add our equations together. 2x plus x, or plus 1x, would give us 3x. Positive 3y plus a negative 3y is 0, and 15 plus 3 is 18. So we end up with 3x equals 18 when we eliminate our y variable. Now our last step is going to be to solve for x. We're going to divide each side by 3. 3x divided by 3 would be x. 18 divided by 3 would be 6. So we end up with x equals 6. Now in order to find a solution, we also need our y variable. We need this ordered pair. To find the y coordinate, we're going to take that value of x equals 6, and we're going to plug it into one of our equations. Now we can plug it into the first equation or the second equation. And I'm going to plug it into the second equation only because it looks like it's going to be a little easier to work with, but we could also plug it into the first equation, and we should end up with the same answer. So x equals 6, so I'm going to take that 6 and plug it in for x. And I have minus 3y equals 3. So my next step, I'm going to solve for y, and I'm going to do the inverse operation. I'm going to subtract 6 from each side of my equation, 6 minus 6, and we're left with just negative 3y equals, and be careful, we end up with negative 3. Last but not least, we're going to divide each side by negative 3. And make sure you're dividing by negative 3 because you want to end up with that positive y. So we have y equals negative 3 divided by negative 3. Follow those integer rules would give us positive 1. So we end up with our solution that's 6, positive 1. And remember, always get in the habit of checking that answer. So for checking our answer, we're taking that solution and we're plugging it into each equation. So I'll plug in 1 for y equals 15. Really quick, 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So it checks out here. We end up with 15 equals 15. And then always make sure to plug it into both equations because there's a chance it would check out for the first equation and not check out for the second equation. That could happen. So let's just check it. That second equation quick. If we do negative 3 times 1 would give us minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 equals 3. Okay, so always make sure you're plugging that back in and checking your answer.